Hi, Elaine Enlightening here at taplightunlimited.com to bring you my third vlog. I'm so excited to share with you today because so much is happening. It seems like it could be negative. I mean, you could consider it that, but I'm learning not to judge at all. And things are just what they are. It is what it is. So interesting. It's so interesting because I still don't have my very first vlog even up on the internet yet. It's not on my WordPress blog. Nobody's even seen my first vlog that I created 3 days ago, and yet I'm still moving forward in creating these videos because I can tell that it is making a huge difference in my life, and it just proves that what you send out to the universe will come back. So it appears like the message isn't going anywhere, but it is. And we get caught up in our physical eyes in this physical world, and it's very deceiving. So it's going to get uploaded, and today we're going to address the technical stuff for sure, and some tapping. But it's just fascinating because I've also had a physical thing going on, and it's another really good sign for me. And good is even a label. So what I'm saying is that it's just another interesting sign for me to look at, to know what the message is that I'm getting from the universe of what needs to be cleared in the ego. So this is going to combine really well with the tech stuff. And so today's video is the topic of are no accidents. And this is really a difficult thing to get from the ego's perspective. So that's okay. We're just going to hit it head on anyway. We're going to move right in. And so what's going on, just recently I started having an inflamed index finger, this first knuckle. Well, I guess I don't know whether this is the first or, anyway, the one at the end of the finger. And it's swollen, it hurts. It started shooting pains in there first, and then I got the inflammation. I know it's labeled arthritis in the world, and I've never had anything like this before. So it's a new experience. And that's okay. It's just a sign that I am needing to clear more judgment because, you know, the index finger, and this is my dominant hand even. So it's about pointing out and saying that's wrong, you're doing it wrong. Pointing at God, saying you're not handling things correctly, and then very aware that the three are coming back at me, and then feeling like, I'm blaming myself. I've been in touch with that part of this process my whole life. I mean, as far as I can remember back, I blamed myself for everything. A lot of people maybe aren't in touch with that. It doesn't matter whether you are or not. You can still tap along and get a great clearing and just take responsibility for your results in the tapping. And but it's just real exciting. If you watch the first vlog, you'll also see quite a difference in my expression from the first day to the second. I noticed when I watched the first one that I had quite the furrowed brow. That'd be one way to put it. I just noticed the tension right here between the eyes, which is the third eye. But as soon as I got to the tapping round at the end of that video, it all went away. As soon as I took the breath and started tapping. And the second video, I just saw all this relaxation through here. So that was really interesting to just notice and be aware of for myself as well. Of course, once I saw that, I was more conscious of it. And I have been conscious of when I was tense there before without looking at myself, but it was fascinating to actually see it on my face. So that's been an interesting process to watch unfold. So anyway, this whole judgment process, I mean, I'm really in touch with the fact that I'm a very judgmental person. And I used to justify most of my judgments because of course I thought I was right when I judged. But we're letting go of moralistic judgments, not value judgments, but moralistic judgment. And so this is really important. Anyway, I also, before we get into the tapping, I want to mention that I've been talking about my Bali trip to Bali. I think that's the way you say it, is Bali. And it's official that I'm totally lost in time, because on the second day and maybe even the first, I said in 2 months It is 31 days officially from when I leave. So fascinating that I have no idea of time right now. But I did want to qualify that. And in the first video I noticed I also said, excuse me, in my first vlog, I said June 18th and then I said the 20th. So when I said 30 days, I'm sure you could figure out that it meant July. But I thought that was funny. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to address this whole idea that, you know, my judgments are obviously holding back the tech stuff and holding back my videos from coming forward. And it could be all kinds of things about it. We'll just see where intuition guides, and we'll just use this as an opportunity to share again some more tapping. So you can tune into your own issues, your own concerns, your own worries, which that's what a furrowed brow would mean, is that you're worried. So, and that blocks the third eye, right? Our vision. But anyway, so we're just gonna, you know, tap on specifics because you get a better clearing. But it's not because my specifics are more important than yours. They are in my ego mind, but they aren't really more important to the whole scheme of things. And we think that we have all different kinds of issues, but really we all have the same problems, we all have the same solution. There's only one problem and one solution when it comes right down to it. And I can't explain all that here, but it's very interesting that you know, we never heal alone, and that we can share our journey, and that's what I'm doing here in hopes to be able to spread the good word that and the changes and the shifts. You can actually see them on my face right here on the internet, so, and on my own blog. So I'm really excited about that. So let's just get started tapping. I just think I'm gonna keep it short today. So let's take a deep breath and set the intention to stay really present with your own thoughts, feelings, emotions, physical pains, whatever it might be. Just notice it. You don't judge it, you just notice it. It is what it is, okay? So when I get into judgment in my tapping, it's because I'm going to address my specific fears and be really honest about them, of how I felt. But it's not because those things are true, okay? We're going to tap into our higher self truth. So start on karate chop. Pay attention to where you're sitting and where your feet hit the floor, or whether they're under your legs or wherever you are at. And repeat after me. Even though I have this long-standing habit of being extremely judgmental, and most of my life I justified all of my judgments because I was right. They were wrong. I don't know how to let go of these judgments. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm having all these tech issues, it's probably tied in with my judgment. Judgments are always a lack of forgiveness. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though my right index finger, first knuckle, is swollen and painful, it represents more than likely all the judgments coming together. After all, I'm doing this cleanse, and this all started after I got on the cleanse. So the messages are getting more clear and more defined. And a part of me is grateful, and another part of me is frustrated because I just wish things could go smoother. Let's go to the top of the head. Even though there really are no accidents, and I may not have gotten this finger thing going on, this arthritis, as a result of a specific accident, or maybe I did injure my finger and I just don't remember it. I bump my fingers all the time. But one thing for sure is, I've had a long-standing habit of being judgmental. My dad was really judgmental. He held a grudge for 40 years and didn't talk to his brother for 40 years. I think I have to be upset whenever I'm in the car because people don't cooperate. People don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to follow the rules of the road or even how to drive correctly. All this judgment. They just don't do it right. I just don't think my environment is working out very well. I see signs everywhere that the world isn't fair and that things are never going to go smoothly. So I just got to accept that these bumps in the road are just part of life. Just like I was taught, death is a part of life. I have this blame frame of mind, and I don't want to let it go. I don't know how to let it go. I have this strong desire to point an accusation. But I'm really afraid that what if it's all my fault? I like to blame myself. So now I'm beating myself up, and it's showing up in my finger. It's showing up in the text stuff. Part of me is angry because of the lack of harmony in my universe, and part of me feels guilty because I blame myself. I couldn't really trust my dad, so I've always had problems trusting God. I always said I trusted God and always loved Him. But now I know I really struggle. Even my furrowed brow is telling me that I'm worried. And when I'm worried, I can't be trusting God. I don't know how to trust God. I don't know how to trust men. Part of me thinks God isn't handling things very well in the universe. My videos aren't uploading. Everything seems to be in place. I don't know what to do. I wonder what I'm not seeing. I wonder what I'm avoiding. Probably don't want people to see me. I'd rather be frustrated and prove the world's messed up. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I choose to step into my full unlimited power with God. Anyway. Starting right now. Releasing these fears, scarcity beliefs, this judgment, this pain in my right index finger, inflammation, tech issues, fear of being seen and judged fully and completely. I completely and deeply love and accept myself. And I thank God and the angels and Archangel Michael. You can substitute whatever works for you, okay? For helping me release all this negativity, all this ego consciousness, all this belief that my world isn't working for me, that the world's against me, that I can't get it right. All is well. Okay, see how that feels for you. I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety, but I feel really good about that round. I don't know. If you notice the shift in breathing, or if you notice it in your body, it is part of the process of letting go, and just let the shifts happen. Okay. So anyway, I've had such great miracles already just from creating these videos and my first and second and third vlogs, and you can see about those and check out those videos as well, because then if you watch those vlogs, you can tap along, and we can all expect miracles. Nobody is ever blessed by themselves. So I wish you well. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Elaine Enlightening at taplightunlimited.com. Bye-bye.